Spiritual development plays an important part in the making of a United States Marine. Lieutenant Junior Grade Amy Ruth Bryan, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, will deliver the graduation prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Let us pray. Holy One, on this day of great celebration, we give you thanks for these young men of Alpha Company who have earned the title Marine. We give you thanks for the gifts and abilities you have given to each one of them, which they now bring to strengthen our Marine Corps. We give you thanks for the drill instructors, company officers, and battalion leadership who have shaped and molded these young men into Marines. We are grateful this day for the families who have supported them every step of their journey, for their mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and friends. We give you thanks. We ask, O Holy One, that you be with these new Marines as they continue in their journey. Keep them safe and bless them. Remind them to be always faithful to their country, to their Corps, to each other, and to themselves, just as you, O Holy One, are always faithful. Bless our nation. Bless these new Marines. And God, bless the United States Marine Corps. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, welcomes you to what is a historic event in the life of a Marine, their graduation from boot camp. Approximately 40 weeks each year for the past 100 years, new Marines have departed San Diego for service, with units of the Marine Corps around the globe. The primary mission of the Recruit Depot is to provide basic training to recruits enlisted west of the Mississippi, which represents approximately 51% of all applicants in the Marine Corps each year. The depot is also home to Recruiter School and Drill Instructor School. All our efforts here are geared toward one end, producing America's finest fighting force, the United States Marine Corps. This morning, Company A, 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment, will form and march in the parade. Following the passing review, the graduating Marines will return front and center of the reviewing stand for final dismissal. The staff for today's parade is comprised of Marines from the Recruit Training Regiment. The commander of troops is First Sergeant Bridget E. Bellman. Company First Sergeant, Company A, 1st Recruit Training Battalion. The parade adjutant is Sergeant David A. Bazaponce. Drill instructor, Company A, 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment. The marching units are now being called to attention, and the adjutant's command, sound adjutant's call, will begin today's parade. Marching in today's parade are 489 of the graduating Marines from Company A. Amongst the 489 Marines are 2 Marines who displayed outstanding performance in 2 individually graded events. Private First Class Benjamin N. Brendan from Platoon 1013 is the company high shooter, scoring a 349 out of 350. Private First Class Justin A. Leslie from Platoon 1015 is the most physically fit Marine, scoring a 300 out of 300 in both the physical fitness test and combat fitness test. They will be receiving an award from the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. Also present today is the Company Honor Graduates Recruiter, Staff Sergeant Joshua R. Fantanosa. Not present today, but worth recognizing, is the primary marksmanship instructor with a platoon high shooting average of 227 for Platoon 1013, Sergeant Fernando A. Lamelli. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguish them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of a state of discipline which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others toward excellence in common goals. For 245 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls, in the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies. Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steeled resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be the most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company A, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this parade deck, and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with the military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hand over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Following the command parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines, while playing military marching music. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops. the command, officer center march, all unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for their dedicated service to Torres and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Gregory A. Grayson.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Commanding General, Brigadier General Morris, welcome to Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and the graduation ceremony for Alpha Company! I'd also like to extend a special welcome to today's parade reviewing official, Sergeant Major Levy, who's joining us from the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit, located about 30 miles north of here, aboard Camp Pendleton. Sergeant Major, it's great to see you. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize these new Marines and everything they've accomplished. Their journey began 13 long weeks ago when they stepped on the yellow footprints and committed to becoming Marines. They arrived as individuals, perhaps a little unsure of their decision, but stand before you as a confident team of smartly disciplined Marines. During the past 3 months, we developed their physical and mental toughness so they're able to thrive in complex and chaotic environments. They learned essential warfighting skills. They hiked countless miles, learned how to operate in the field, and completed intensive marksmanship training. They were taught how to decide, act, and communicate with initiative, clarity, and exceptional judgment, and they proved themselves to be leaders of character who inspire and treat others with dignity and respect. Their training culminated with a rite of passage through the Crucible, a grueling 54-hour test of teamwork and endurance. And throughout, they came to understand and embrace our core values of honor, courage, and commitment, with a very clear understanding that being a Marine carries a special trust and confidence in the highest expectations of the American people. Now, as you might imagine, this awesome transformation didn't happen by itself, and I'd like to thank those who were involved. First, we recognize each Marine's journey started long before they got here. The foundation of their character started with you, in your homes, in your schools, in your communities. I want to thank all the parents, families, and friends, as well as teachers and coaches for everything you've done. I assure you that your love and support was vital to their success. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'd like to turn your attention to the Marines wearing the distinctive campaign covers, our drill instructors. It's impossible for me to put into words their passion, work ethic, and commitment. From the moment a recruit arrives, there's a drill instructor with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They've spent every waking hour teaching, training, mentoring, and leading these young men. Ladies and gentlemen, these drill instructors have made a tremendous and lasting impact on your loved one. And trust me, these Marines will never forget the name, the face, or the voice of their drill instructors. So please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for the drill instructors of Alpha Company. I'd also like to thank the families of the drill instructors who are seated just to the left of the parade reviewing stand. No group knows better the amount of time and dedication it takes to make Marines. While their drill instructors were on duty, these spouses and families shouldered all the cooking, cleaning, shopping, homework, appointments, dog walks. I could go on. My wife and I have 4 wild animals, 2 of them are children, we completely get it. Simply put, we couldn't have accomplished our mission of making Marines without their support. So please join me in a big round of applause for the families of Alpha Company. Finally, I'd like to recognize our highly skilled marksmanship, martial arts, water survival, and academics instructors. Our exceptional chaplain, corpsman, and entire medical team who do an amazing job of ensuring our spiritual, mental, and physical readiness. And of course, the dedicated recruiter who saw potential in your Marine. In fact, we have one motivator with us this morning who I'd like to recognize. Staff Sergeant Fontenot is joining us from Riverside, California, where he recruited today's honormen. Job well done, Staff Sergeant. Keep up the great work. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I'd I'd like to address the Marines of Alpha Company one more time as their battalion commander. Good morning, Marines. Alpha Company, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Alpha Company, I know it seems like a lifetime ago when you were offered the challenge of becoming a Marine. When you arrived on your buses and stepped on the yellow footprints, graduation was the last thing on your mind. You're probably thinking, what did I get myself into, and how do I get these guys to stop yelling at me? Well, you had a lot to learn and some very steep hills to climb, but you did it. You have rightfully earned the title Marine. Be proud of your accomplishment and the uniform you now wear. And I'll leave you with one closing thought. Whether you serve for 4 years or 24 years, please remember that it's not about you. It's about all the Marines who have gone before you, whose legacy you are now a part of. It's about that Marine standing to your left and to your right. It's about all these people in the stands in this great nation which you sworn to defend. So serve with honor, serve with courage, and serve with commitment, and you'll do well. Congratulations again, Marines, on your tremendous achievement. Please, take care of one another and remain Semper Fidelis. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you America's newest United States Marines.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Sergeant Major Orangel A. Levy. He is accompanied by Sergeant Major Paul F. Agan, Sergeant Major for Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. Sergeant Major Orangel A. Levy, Sergeant Major, 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit. Sergeant Major Levy is a native of Charleston, South Carolina, and attended recruit training at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina, in May 1996. After graduation, he reported to the School of Infantry for Marine Corps combat training in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Upon completion of Marine combat training, he remained at Camp Lejeune, where he attended the Financial Management School and obtained the military occupational specialty of 3432 Finance Technician. Sergeant Major Levy has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands, to include serving as a disputing clerk for Marine Corps Security Force Battalion, Norfolk, Virginia, Chief of Staff, Personal Assistant, and Primary Driver for Headquarters Battalion, Marine Corps Base, Camp Butler, Okinawa, Japan, Drill Instructor and Senior Drill Instructor at 2nd Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina, Company Gunnery Sergeant and Operations Chief at Headquarters Company, Combat Logistics Regiment 17, 1st Marine Logistics Group, Company First Sergeant at 3rd Law Enforcement Battalion, 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force Headquarters Group, and as the Battalion Sergeant Major at 3rd Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina. Sergeant Major Levy currently serves as the Sergeant Major of the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit. His awards include the Meritorious Service Medal with 2 gold stars in lieu of 3rd award, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal with 3 gold stars in lieu of 4th award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sergeant Major Levy. More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Pusan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Quezon, Wavy City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Fallujah, Marja, and our most current operations worldwide. This parade deck is rich in history and tradition, and no Marine trained here ever forgets its sights and sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, First Sergeant Bridget E. Bellman, Company First Sergeant, and the regimental staff. Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. Series 1009, Series Chief Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Manuel Garcia. Platoon 1009, Senior Drill Instructor, Sergeant Tristan R. Platoon 1010, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Gabriel Castillo. Honor Sergeant Thomas Smiley. The Regimental Color Guard is led by Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor Sergeant Jesus R. Aguilera. Series 1013, Series Chief Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Patrick D. Harris. Platoon 1013, Senior Drill Instructor, Sergeant Juan Bermudez. Platoon 1014, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Fernando Dar. Platoon 1015, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Nelson Santos. The Marines hymn has a history dating back to 1859. It is a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present and who have served honorably sing the words to the first verse as Marine Band San Diego performs the Marines hymn. Will the guests please rise? Thank you. Please be seated. The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their observance and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, recruit training provides thousands of American function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 14 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company A prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp today, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry in Pendleton, California, where they will continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of a Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill the fundamental premise that every Marine is a rifleman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce to you the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Slater R. Ezel. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Bridget E. Bellman. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company A. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the Guidons. The Guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such Guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these Guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the platoon honor graduates. The platoon honor graduates compete for the titles of series and company honor graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today, and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps. The Guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized. The honor graduates will be presented a plaque donated by the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. The honor graduate for Platoon 1009 is Private First Class Ethan Anderson from Rescue, California. The honor graduate for Platoon 1010 and the series honor graduate is Private First Class Jackson Butler from Dallas, Texas. The honor graduate for Platoon 1011 is Private First Class Dylan Lee from Gilbert, Arizona. The honor graduate for Platoon 1013 is Private First Class Alexander Coffey from Wrightwood, California. The honor graduate for Platoon 1014 is Private First Class Alec Zunzu from Crystal Lake, Illinois. And the honor graduate for Platoon 1015 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Justin R. Zhang from San Dimas, California. Lance Corporal Zhang is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company A. The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.